this matchup in the top lane should be able to take over against Longxing, it will be on Xiaolongbao to start aggression up towards this top side of the map, because with Betty and also Ming on this Varus and Braum, there's no real avenue for you to try and set up, or at least set up for a play onto the bottom side of the map.
Something I bring up every time we enter Summoner's Rift, that beast, whatever the Yordle is, he actually has like, Roddy spanks it. He spanks the big beast. And I get really upset about that every single time.
I don't know how much damage he's really going to do. He's a pretty small Yordle. You don't really have the, what's the physics terms that I need? The, I don't know. You don't really have enough of an acceleration point to get to decent speed.
Whack.
A whack. Yeah.
A whack.
Yeah, that's the scientific term.
I need a name for that shopkeeper, because that looks like an Alfred. That big beast looks like an Alfred, you know?
All right, that's where we're going.
It's like the thing you cut open, you know, in Star Wars, they cut open the...
Yeah.
What was it? Whatever that thing was.
Remember. It's been a while since I watched that.
But you cut it open for heat, you know? It's like one of those things. Upsets me every time. Welcome to Game 2, folks. Great way to enter Game 2 is... I look across the runes, and what do I see? The usual. But I see a Camille top lane. And for me, that makes me happy. He's gone Doran's Blade. Because Natural's Camille is his pick. Like, if you want to put a pick with any person in the league, you'll go, all right, well, Natural's Camille sits high and mighty as his favorite.
So we're looking at two lanes here in this game. Natural on his Camille, as you pointed out there, Hysterics. The other one is Xiaohu on this castle. As we start to get towards that, 15-minute mark, we'll be watching to see how DMO are going to position Natural in the side lane, and also where Xiaohu's going to be positioned. Because you want this Cassidy to start farming up and getting some levels, but you got to make sure that you're doing this correctly. You don't want Natural versus Xiaohu if you're RNG, because Natural will be able to get pretty aggressive and force Xiaohu back and not be able to funnel these resources into the Cassidy in the way you want.
I want to look towards top side. We saw a cheeky little trade towards the bottom side of the map, but we're going through lanes right now. Notice that at the moment, the Elise is clearing towards the top side, while DMO's jungler in Xiaopeng is already at the top side. He went from red to blue, straight to Grom.
Trying to see if he can get up onto this top lane, I would imagine. So he can clear out this Grom, then move up and try and see if he can help out on Natural side of things. Natural looking to push this wave and get the bounce back for that, but Longxing doing a decent job of keeping it just outside of turret range.
See all of Natural in that top lane. Is Xiaopeng going for the invade towards the top side? Pings are coming down. Xiaohu is matching. He's taken away a couple of these Raptors, but red buff will be secured.
And what do you do as Xiaolongbao here? You've got your Cassidy being pushed in, your Aatrox being pushed in, and maybe you can steal it away for with a smite, but realistically, you're losing camps regardless.
Smite going to come through. Doesn't need it. Gets the burst down instead. Pillar comes through. Repel right on top. Xie, they force the flash. He misses the chain. Ignite's going to come through. They really want the kill. One more hit and they get it. The auto attack to secure first blood for Xie as flash towards the bottom side. Ming in trouble as well, but exhausted up on the misfortune. Both summoners gone for Mark as well.
Xie gets that first kill though, and now it becomes even more difficult for Xiaohu in this lane matchup. I don't know why Xiaolongbao tried to go on towards the Raptors. Just gift them across. You got what you didn't even need to take that camp, but instead goes that bit too far, ends up repelling on towards Xiaopeng as well. And with Xie already pushing in that wave in the mid, it's easy for him to pop over the wall.
He's going to pick it all up, and then now with the first blood, we'll see gold just all on this LeBlanc. That's not good if you're a Cassidy.
And now you got Xie with double buffs as well. So these auto attacks under the towers that Xie can go for are going to be taking this health bar, whittling it down, and forcing Xiaohu back early.
DMO with another early lead. This time even earlier, it seems, as Longxing going in for the trade here. I don't think Natural really calculated this one. Wall shot away. He will escape, but Longxing asserting a bit of dominance.
So Natural not taking the best trades there. Will be able to back and use his teleport. Still needs to be careful though, because Longxing, in conjunction with Xiaolongbao, could go for a nice dive and try and set Natural behind.
Trades to the mid lane though. By the way, Xie has double buffs. Again, as a Cassidy, you're probably not really happy about that one as well. And the wave in a pretty good state for him too, while Xiaolongbao is going for the invade. Xiaopeng's coming through. Pillar yet again. Cocoon without summoners.
Oh no.
Natural coming through. Do you want to give the Camille a kill? I don't know. Xie's here as well. Chain. Xie doesn't need to get it because Natural's going to get it. RNG. Xiaolongbao specifically. What the heck are you doing?
This is the disrespect we talked about. They're doing it again, Hysterics.
And again, we see a form of RNG that are not playoff ready. DMO, however, are kicking butt. They look great.
And this is what we're talking about. Foundation for Summer, this is it. This is what we want to see from them. But for RNG, Xiaolongbao, no need to aggress onto Raptors. You pay with your life and your flash. Then you start to go and set up this play in the top side, but Longxing isn't there to support you. Natural teleports in alongside Xie, who is always going to have control of this mid lane, coming over, picks up the kill, they gift it over to Natural. He's now in great shape. Across the board, DMO are setting up
both solo laners, right? Mark even coming mid. He's showing face so that he can pressure and get Xie to get the push out. He's now level 6. A kill on both solo laners here, and an early gold lead ballooning for DMO.
And I want to start talking about this Rift Tower that's going to be coming up. Still another 2 minutes before that one spawns, but when you've got Bessie and Ming on the bottom side with the Braum and the Varus, you aren't really able to aggress onto Gala in the same way. So now Gala is able to just stay bottom lane. You can have Mark roam nice and early to get up towards that Rift Herald, and it's very similar to this Varus Leona we talked about, where Ming will be forced to stick around in this bottom lane if Gala has shoved in, because he's not sure if Mark has roamed or if Ming needs to be here to protect Benny.
Now, if we're talking about the Rift Herald play, you got to look at every trade Natural makes onto Longxing as well. Dominance in the top lane extends towards dominance around that objective. Natural pushed in the massive wave, goes back, gets the Executioner's calling, and double dagger. So you are expecting that Trinity Force first here, with Natural putting emphasis on the Stinger early.
I like the Execution's calling just to try and help out in these trades a little bit. And Natural, definitely as he starts to pick up the likes of the Sheen, the Phage, will win out in these short burst trades, which makes it a little bit more difficult for Longxing in this top lane. DMO though.
Over the wall, Xiaohu. It's going to be secured by Xiaopeng. Meanwhile, as Xie goes in on Xiaolongbao, gets the stun down. The Ignite is there. Elise scuttles away. Xiaolongbao almost dies yet again. And DMO got what they came for.
They still, for DMO though, aren't putting aggression on towards these objectives. Would love to see them pick up the Dragon right now, but this is what we talked about. Their objective control isn't really at the forefront of their minds. Maybe though, for this Rift Herald, like we saw in the last game, that can be where they look to snowball their lead even further.
Looking across the board, Rift Herald going to be spawning shortly. Xiaopeng is here. Xiaohu has the ultimate available. The pillar. No, he flashes, then the pillar comes out. They lock him down. Xiaohu in a pickle. Has to flash away. DMO control this game.
And they're going to continue to do so as long as they can. Xiaohu needs time to scale. Xiaolongbao has been set massively far behind, and Natural is winning in the top side. The only place for DMO now to just accelerate their lead even further is in this bottom lane. But Gala and Mark have already done that. 10 CS advantage. Gala has hit that level 6 points. DMO, they're taking over.
Bruh, there's a big CS lead in the middle lane as well. Natural, maybe the top lane, Xiaolongbao can find something, but he's in front of the minion wave. It's massive. Relies on the Cocoon. Xiaolongbao still waiting here for Longxing to get position. World Ender and flash available. Cocoon does land. Now they go for the all-in. Natural with the ultimate as well. He flashes away. That was weird. But they do get something back on RNG.
Tried to flash away, but the Infernal Chains interaction was a little bit janky on that one. It does mean they get a kill back onto Natural, as he said, which at least will help Longxing a little bit, but it doesn't ease the pressure on the rest of the map. And remember what we talked about earlier? Mark able to roam first for this Rift Herald because Gala can stay. Ming isn't sure where Mark is right now, so you've got multiple members of DMO already in a position for this Rift Herald.
Moving up immediately, Mark with mobility boots to note as well. Ultimate used by Misfortune on the bottom side though from Gala. So if we go towards the objective, simply to clear the wave out, Gala does not have his bullet time yet.
They're not going to move Gala up. They want Gala and Betty to go and fight against each other in this bottom side. They just want to use Mark instead as this buffer to help them out. But even as we say that, actually, DMO not confident that they can make this play because Ming has now vanished into the dark side of the map. So DMO will step away from this, and that's a win for RNG. If DMO aren't picking up the Rift Herald and these Dragons to try and accelerate their game plan, that's where they're going to be able to find the moments where they need to scale later. DMO do have that first dragon, but would love that first Rift Herald.
Shallenbell walking blindly into a Nautilus. Xie is after him as well. The Repel's going to come up in the same spot he comes down. Winter's Bite for the slow. Here comes the Glacial Fissure from Ming. Xiaohu over the wall as well. RNG has 4, now 5. Find the Chains Corruption on top of Mark. He flashes over the wall. They match that with the form of Betty. He gets slowed down with the concussive blows, and RNG finally commit to something here and make a strong play.
Now they need to get these turret plates on the bottom side, though, because Natural is answering on the top. Gala backed away, so they're not going to find the AD carry stuck underneath the tower, but Rift Herald as well is being pinged by DMO. They want to try and take as much as they can here.
On a ward, Shallenbell is here. Cocoon going to come through. It's a bit of a bait here. Repels up with the World Ender now following down. He kills Shallenbell mid-air as now Xie to dodge this one away. Can he? Auto? Yes, he lives. He lives.
This is DMO again, getting out on a sliver of health. This is insane. DMO, they are now getting top lane turret for free. They are getting Rift Herald off of this play. DMO are accelerating once again.
That kill going over to now the Bounty LeBlanc in the mid lane as well is massive too. Both these solo laners are in fine positions.
And now Betty is going to be shivering in his boots because Xie is going to complete that Luden's Echo so damn early that he can continuously threaten onto Betty, pick off Xiaolongbao if he wants to at the start of these fights. This is a disaster for RNG.
Remember that solo laners as well, or rather melee top laners, took a big buff in this patch because of their ability to push down turret plating now. All the way to a singular bit of plating in that top side. Natural, even though he got ganked before, is vastly ahead.
It's solo turret plate as well. All of that gold has gone into Natural's back pocket. So this is a very fed Camille that's coming into this game, and I don't think Longxing is ready to try and contest with that at all right now.
Jimmy Force almost picked up. Xie through the mid lane here is going to get some trouble from Xiaolongbao. But this is going to be difficult to get the LeBlanc. Level 9 means you should have a Sigil of Malice now maxed. No, what are we maxing? Distortion, excuse me.
So it's Distortion here for the wave clear against the Cassidy to try and keep him pushed underneath
It's on like
the
a
turret.
4-second cooldown.
Exactly, but we'll be able to escape away. But look where Xiaopeng is here. He's the one with Rift Herald and can utilize this to take down this mid lane turret.
Who's the better jungler in this situation? I'll tell you quite easily. Xiaolongbao sticking around. Now his presence is going to be known as the Rift Herald here. Look at the goal. Turret plating, thank you. Oh my lord.
Yeah, Xiaolongbao not having the best of games right now, and when he came up from Young Miracles, this was actually the starting jungler of head away from E-Stars on the Young Miracles roster. And when you look at how much Wei has impacted E-Stars versus Xiaolongbao has impacted RNG, it really is a wonder how Xiaolongbao was the one in that starting position. His rookie and inexperience has definitely shown and hasn't had the impact that we expected coming into RNG.
To be fair though, in the earlier weeks of RNG, you could see the real big benefit of Xiaolongbao. There were weeks where I was saying this guy was on par with Caster at some of his peak performance. But as of recently, you're right, it hasn't been so good as he jumped onto Xiaopeng. Maybe this pick will rejuvenate RNG as they find the early pick. But that bullet time, oh no! Here comes the Fed Camille. RNG, you need to run. Ming's gonna die as well. Xiao over the wall, but Natural will follow that if he dares. DMO still take it all.
And now they can turn towards this dragon to secure it as well. 2 kills for Natural, 3 kills for Xie, and DMO are making RNG drop like flies.
He had the Trinity Force there as well. You see how much of a threat he is now. Xie says, hey, turret plating still up. Let's get another structure. And with the dragon on top of that, DMO are poised here in this early game to take down RNG.
And this is an insane performance from DMO, looking to make that last-ditch effort. Even if they don't make playoffs, they are looking to make their impact known in spring. Yes, Xiaopeng gets stopped here, but because of how far behind Xiaolongbao is right now, they can't burst them out fast enough before the rest of DMO set up. As well, that subjugate onto Ming, keeping the jungler for DMO alive for so damn long.
You can imagine if that exhausts Gala, I think they'd die quicker there.
Yeah.
It would have been so much worse. But now a kill onto Gala here on the Misfortune with Essence Reaver. 3 on Xie. There's an Orb, there's a Luden's Echo, And boy, is that 1,700 gold from plating.
And on that last fight, Natural actually just walked down. He didn't use his teleport. So this means that when the Rift Herald spawns in another few minutes, they will have that teleport to try and make the play happen again. And look at the gold from turret plates. This is incredible. DMO in the last game stopped RNG from getting any. RNG only get one in this game, but DMO have been picking them up galore.
And you can see they're trying to accelerate the game. This is why DMO right now are taking our compliments, because in the past, as a proactive team, well, you just wouldn't really say that, would you?
No, ever. They were the sword and shield. They were the ones that wanted these big beefy team fights where they could win. It was not this split push. It was not this fast acceleration play. They had the lowest objective control in the LPL. Now, though, they are stepping up. They have 2 dragons. They've got the next Rift Herald that they could get for themselves as well. And they're taking tier 2 towers at 15 minutes into the game.
Xiao's going to defend this one, but damage is still done. And you can see the pressure throughout the map. The vision control still there. Natural here in a solo lane, now looking for Lung Xing. Hextech Ultimatum is available. Shalom is coming down, but Lung Xing is almost dead. I don't know about this one, Shalom. I think you need to walk away.
Run for the hills, RNG. DMO are on the hunt.
Crap.
The tower is gone. They are accelerating like it's nobody's business. And now, with tier 2 towers going down, RNG have to play even more respectfully. Natural can crack open this bottom lane turret with that Tiamat, with the Triforce in his back pocket at any point in time.
Where was this Sino Dragon? I mean, honestly, I haven't seen DMO perform this well since they were
was
called
on OMG.
Sino Dragon.
It was Natural. It was over on OMG. That was the problem.
But the thing
they
is,
didn't have this style.
But the thing is, at the end of last year, they had to adapt their style, right? They came into summer where they had implemented Natural to the top side of this roster. Now, Sino Dragon made playoffs in their first split. That was 2019 spring. And they had Xiaopeng as their top laner. Come into summer, we lost Xiaopeng. He was still on the roster. Sorry, Chung Hong is who I'm talking about in the top lane. Chung Hong and Natural had to balance the position, but Natural was a starting member. And you're right, they lost this sword and shield style of composition. They didn't make playoffs in summer. They looked like a bottom tier team. Here in 2020 spring, we said the same thing. They look like a bottom tier team. This team is not performing like a bottom tier team here against RNG. They are schooling these people.
And we said RNG had thrown down the gauntlet. We don't think DMO can accelerate this game at a pace to stop this Kassadin. That is exactly what DMO have done here. Kassadin has not got a chance to farm, has not completed an Archangel staff, and now the Rift Herald is next for DMO, and RNG are looking to fight with Xie on the bottom side of the map.
Xie has Ignite, remember, not the teleport, but he's roaming up. Natural is level 12. The Rift Herald is going to be skilled by RNG, but they're in a choke. Chain Corruption is there. Damage done as well, but look at Xie. He's in the perfect position as the bullet time. In the perfect position, the assassination onto Betty. Xie, he will find it with the Ignite. The rest of the fight, though, is it good for Lung Xing? No. No, it's not. It's over.
They can go and collect these waves and start to push in.
Oh my
Natural
God,
wants more.
Natural, you absolute son of a gun. Uppercut with the scissor legs. Triple kill for Xie.
And they can look to crack the base. They've got a wave in the top lane they can go and collect. They've got a wave in the mid lane they can use to push forward. DMO are taking over and RNG are crumbling.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Natural is that young talent here in the LPL. I don't even think the guy is 20 years old yet. DMO cracking, not the base yet, but cracking the chances of RNG securing playoffs here today.
And breaking over the cracks we've seen developing in RNG throughout this spring split. Taking fights they have no business in doing so. Xie, with roaming from that bottom lane, has a perfect flank in this position. Yes, Ming is trying to block the bullet time, but the damage is already done. There's nothing you can do in this scenario. Lung Xing in the front line is falling because he's on his own.
I want to see this.
There you go.
Confidence. We going, huh?
Yeah, back over here, punk.
Brother.
This is amazing. Natural now, 3-1-3. Ravenous Hydra completed. You can see Xie taking pop shots at people wherever he can.
He's got Magi's. He's got 10 stack of Magi's here. And look at the top lane Camille. Natural is, I believe, the first Ravenous Hydra user since we got into 10.6. Remember, this got buffed to 18%. It's an extra 6% of lifesteal now. Natural is not only unkillable, I think he's unstoppable.
Well, he gets to test it out here as he will be protecting the tower on that top side from Ming and Bessie. Natural I kind of want to see him just go in. I know it's a bad idea because he gets stunned and locked up with Chains of Corruption, but I want to test this damage. I want to see what Natural is capable of. The problem for RNG, though, is if they're trying to go for this tier 1 top lane, they're losing tier 2's bottom lane.
Riptel's going to be used, and you can see the thought process of RNG, but you're right. Here comes the minion wave. DMO going to continue forward, clear out the wave, and it's only a 1-for-1 trade.
Tier 2 for tier 1. DMO come out on top. Now you've got a long lane in the bottom side that Natural can look to exploit as the Baron is coming up. You just do a swapperoo between where the 4-man of DMO is positioned, and Natural can face off very handily against Longxing. He only got tier 1 boots. This is great.
8k gold, almost 9.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine saying that sentence coming into today?
No. I really couldn't, because RNG, the expected playoff team, even without Uzi, you think that RNG are making playoffs straight off the bat. Coming into this season, you think they're potential top 3. But this form of RNG look absolutely worse for wear.
They're abysmal.
Yeah.
They are not fighting. They're not respecting their opponents. They're fighting when they should not be. They're going in and not playing in the style where, okay, we can try and win this. Their drafts have been off. It has been sloppy from start to finish. And DMO have been looking clean from start to finish.
Yeah.
Now Natural, again, we talked about it, in this bottom side of the map, looking to put pressure onto that inhibitor turret. And if you see the likes of Xiaohu and Longxing show up on this bottom side, you can be sure that DMO are going to start creating a lot of havoc around this Baron pit.
Now, I don't want to be too harsh to RNG, because I do want to highlight DMO. I think at this point in the game, DMO have given no options to RNG to find a way back in. Even Natural on the side lane, he has been pretty confident, and maybe confident to go on in. Can he 1v2 here? Well, with the Ravenous Hydra, the healing coming through into Xiaohu. One auto, he does it. Now with the healing, I think it's more than the Aatrox. Run away, Longxing. You don't win this. 3 versus 4 in the mid lane. They'll find Chie, but the bullet time on Betty, the burn down. DMO have their top laner 1v2ing. Why did we look away?
Natural is a monster. DMO, they can push in. The 20 to 30 second death timers on most of RNG. DMO, this is insane.
Through the mid lane, through the bottom lane, take your pick. Death time is not long enough to end the game, but it may as well be the end of the series here with the way Natural is playing. Dodge away, Xiaolong Bao. Natural's level 15 and he's coming.
And this is the DMO that we wanted to see. We said they'd started to play around this side lane split push. They had started to enable Natural, and now we've seen it kicked into the 10th, 11th gear. They are taking over this game. They are moving across the map with confidence, and the 2v1 from Natural here, this was beautiful. The turn onto Xiaohu was 100% the correct call here. You can burst out this Kassadin, who hasn't got the fully stacked Rod of Ages. He was only at 7 stacks coming into this fight and had only just finished the Archangel Staff. No Seraph's Embrace to try and bring up that shield, and then he turns it. Easy as you like.
The 6% like extra life still is very notable. But also, he doesn't even have Ocean Soul. That's coming up in a minute, and that's DMO's. Now, Natural could 1v2 before. With the Ocean Soul, I'd take the 3.
And now we can see DMO starting to get vision control. This is something, even when we were criticizing them, when they're ahead, they're incredibly good at.
But Longxing's going to be caught out now here. Chain here from Xie, while Xiaohu is getting soloed out by Gala. Gala, the person we've talked about the least, says I'm big as well. QSS and DMO want to end it here. Bullet time's great as always, as DMO came out of the woodwork into the fire to shut down RNG. A 2-0, you ask, for DMO? No, that's not what we thought, as Mark's going to re-engage. Gala to get the kill. They run towards the Nexus. First Nexus turret under fire, and the teleport from Natural. DMO say no, RNG. You will not be securing playoffs here today. You're going to run through the fire and flames. A performance that I'll never forget here from Dominus Esports.
Dominus Esports. What a performance